Hi, I'm Ashwini from Vivriti Foundation. Today we are here to discuss about subjective feelings, intuition and reasoning. I have here with me Mr. Todd Vickers, who's come all the way from Santa Cruz, California. Todd is an author of 3 books, The Paradox of Self-Realization, Truth Like Fire, and his latest release, The Relevance of Kabir. Hi Todd.
Hi, I'm glad to be here with you yet again.
Pleasure is all mine. We come across many people every day. Most of them categorize themselves as a person of heart, or some say that their intuition is very strong and they listen to their heart. And some say they are very logic and reason oriented. Yet some of our strongest feelings are feelings from the heart, based on intuition. What according to you is correct?
One mistake a truth seeker can make is to think our reasoning is somehow hostile to our intuitions. Reason actually blossoms from subjective intuitive impulses, both perceptions, feelings, memories, experiences that we don't even know how to label. All of these capacities are there to help us, but they can all also be mistaken at times. Our internal sensibilities need the challenge of a skeptical mind to reach the highest peak. I'll use a bird metaphor. Think of our subjective experiences, what we call intuition, as one wing of the bird, and reason as the other. If these can work together, at least with some harmony, they join on a body of observation that can fly into the sky of consciousness. If they can't work together, we either flop around on the edge of the nest or tumble to the ground, a breakfast for a cat. Take, for example, the Ponzi schemer Bernie Madoff fooled many people out of their money. He used all kinds of symbols that suggested trustworthiness. All of these impressions came through people's senses and touched their desires, which of course are subjective. The fact that the scheme was too good to be true escaped their notice, but not everyone. Some people saw it. Trust is an intuition that can obviously be misled. Reason checks and tests our subjective impressions. So to suggest that they are opposed is foolish. Intuitions and reason both arise from impulses. Without an impulse, we wouldn't have either. Once we grasp that both feeling and reasoning arise from impulses, we should remember that any intuitive impulse comes without a label. We identify them with names. And the relationship between names and things, that's pure reason. Sometimes intuitive impulses arise from fictions, like the lie that seduces a lover. So let's correct this dreadful mistake once and for all. An intuition is an impulse, and reasoning is also an impulse. Reason is an extension of feeling. Take one example. We might desire something out of the fridge, but we notice that it smells a little bit off. Now we have a conflict of impulses. We either disappoint the desire or risk eating bad food. Now here is the real conflict between subjective intuitions and reason. A conflict of our own impulses, and they both are trying to help us. One wants to feed us, and one wants to keep us from getting sick. We must choose one or the other, and saying no to a desire can be painful. That is why reason seems to be a party pooper. For example, let's say we have reason to believe something true, but our observation, which we take in through our sense impressions and experience it within ourselves, suggests a fact that's contrary to an idea in our mind. Now, which do we abandon? The fact or the thinking? We can always fall back to the facts and begin reasoning again. But then sometimes our observations are flawed. For example, a man mistaking a coil of rope for a snake. He actually perceives a snake, and that is not true. So every one of our observations, our reason, and our subjective intuitions are subject to a doubt. But the harmony is when each one is working to try to pick up the slack left by the others. Each one is looking to find the hole in the others, what's missing. But they operate like a group of musicians playing together. And if they are in conflict, that presents a problem. Facts are sacred things. Because when we grasp them, they have a tendency to shatter our illusions, whether those illusions are based on reason or feelings, intuitions. Reason offers us a wonderful chance to override impulses not suited to the circumstances we're in, like smelling bad food. However, we can't make good choices if we are distorting the facts based on our customs, based on our own bias. Oftentimes, the truth has a tendency to lead to certain results that are beneficial. I can't think of it as in any way sensible to think that we can live better by adapting ourselves to the world as it isn't. So all of these things are trying to apprehend the world the way it is, but they all have their limits. Our feelings are like a hearth around which we can gather. But reason keeps us from burning the house down. Let us stoke the fire, even to a roar. But reason suggests we just don't use gasoline.
Thank you so much, Todd. So guys, if you like this video, like us and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos. This talks is sponsored by Vivriti Foundation. For more information about Vivriti, log on to www.vivriti.org. Thank you.